Chapter 6 The Village School Learning Objectives 1. Understand the importance of schools. 2. Analyze the values of a village school. Warm up. Work in pairs. Imagine you are going to a village and will be teaching in a small school. What are the things that you think are very important for the classroom? Write them below in the given space. Now take a look at what your classmates have written. A glimpse, all the children have the right to education. Still many of them don't even receive elementary education. This is the story about a young boy, Totaram, who secretly goes to school and later brings about a change in his parents' opinion about it. Let's read the story and know how he gets education. Something new had come to the village of Indora in India. The people sat in front of Totaram's house and talked about it until the moon rose and touched the tips of the bamboo branches with silver shine. Totaram and his friend Bala, who should have gone to bed, crept behind the circle of grown-up people and listened to them. They heard that for the first time, a school teacher had come from the city and she was going to start a school in the village. That day, she had gone from house to house asking the village people to send their children to school. Totaram was afraid of that strange place called school. Then he heard his father say, "I need my son in the fields." Totaram felt relieved. But the next morning, the village crier beat the big drum down all the 7 roads of Indora to tell the people about the school. Totaram watched the other boys and girls go into the new house just outside the village. He wished he knew what it was all about. Later in the day, when he went to take the cattle into the fields, he looked through the walls of the same house. The walls were made of bamboo sticks loosely woven together, and Totaram could peep through the holes. Inside, he saw a strange sight. The boys and girls were sitting in rows, and the teacher was making strange marks on a big blackboard with a small white stick. Totaram saw Bala and made faces at him, but Bala was interested in the marks and did not see him. Must be better than staying at home or looking after cows, else Bala would not like it so much. So one day, when his mother was busy, he slipped away and crept into the school. At first, he could not understand anything. The other children were ahead of him, and even Bala could write his own name in big letters. Totaram was ashamed that others were so much wiser than he. So he decided to work hard and catch up with them. The next day he went again, and the next and the next. His mother thought he was out with the cows in the fields as usual, and she asked no questions. His father was always at work at this time. It took him a long time to learn to write. The teacher often called Totaram's letters the tracks of birds and made him do them again and again. After several months, he could read and write a little. One day, when Totaram returned home from school, he found his mother turning a letter over and over in her hand. The man who read and wrote all the letters for the people of Indora was away. So, Totaram's mother sat looking at the letter. Before Totaram thought of what he was doing, he said, "Give me your letter, mother, and I'll try to read it to you." His mother was surprised. "Since when have you learned to read?" she asked. Totaram looked this way and that. He knew that the time had come to tell the truth. He looked into her eyes and said, "I've been going to the school every day. While you thought I was out with the cows, I've been learning how to read and write." His mother asked, "And what did the cows do?" He said, "We took turns, and while half of us went to school, the others watched the cows. Then we watched the cows while the others took their turn at school." His mother said sadly, "You've become a great sorrow to us, and your father will be very angry." Then she remembered her letter and gave it to Totaram to read to her. And as he read, she wondered more and more. She said, "For years the letter writer has written and read many letters for me. Here my own son sits like a scholar and reads to his mother. The times are strange. She was pleased with the news in the letter. It said her sister had a son, but she did not tell Totaram's father that the boy has disobeyed him and had gone to school. Some days later, Totaram realized that his father was in trouble. He knew it because his father sat silent and still for many hours. Totaram's little sister, Jaya, knew it too. When she ran to show him how her brass plate shone in the sunlight after she had polished it with ash, he said, "Go away, child." Totaram remembered that he had seen a stranger talking to his father. He had not liked the look of him. He called Jaya and they ran away to the big banyan tree to talk about it. The banyan tree had long roots that hung down till the ground. The brother and sister began to swing on the roots and forgot to talk about their father's troubles. As they were swinging, Jaya looked up and said, "Here comes our father and that strange man. Let's hide." They climbed up the roots and lay hiding on the branches above. The two men came and stood under the tree. Totaram held his breath. The strange man showed a sheet of paper to Totaram's father and said, "All that you have to do is to make some mark here and I will lend you the 50 rupees you need." "What does the paper say?" asked Totaram's father. The strange man replied, "It says that in return for the 50 rupees I am lending you, you will pay me 2 rupees a month until you pay back all the money I lend you." Totaram could see what was written on the paper from where he lay. He jumped down from the tree excitedly and cried out, "Father, father, it's not true." Both men looked at him, startled. The moneylender said angrily, "Your son shouldn't interfere with our business." Father turned to Totaram. "Tota, run home. This is the talk of grown-up people." But Totaram said, "I've been to school and I have learned to read. And this paper says that in return for 100 rupees, you agreed to pay an interest of 5 rupees a month until you pay back all the money he lends you. I have heard the teacher talk to the older boys about interest, and this is 10 times too much." Totaram's father was very angry, for he could see by the look on the moneylender's face that Totaram's words were true. He was about to be cheated. The moneylender slunk away. Totaram's father pulled Jaya and they walked home together. Find meaning. Crept, moved secretly to avoid being heard or noticed. Interfere, intervene in a situation without invitation or necessity. Peep, to look secretively into a narrow opening. Relieved, comforted. Slunk away, depart furtively. Exercises. Creative expression. Tell your story. Do you like school and your friends? What do you do at school? Tell me about your feelings toward your classmates. Cross-curricular connect. Learning by doing. Education is a basic right of every human. Find out school percentage in the village as compared to urban areas. Logical thinking. Remy walks to school with her little brother Alex, but today she is walking alone as her brother is sick with a cold and on leave. She loves going to school. Help Millie reach her school. Exercise time. Answer the following questions. 1. What was the new thing in the village of Indora? Answer. For the first time, a school teacher had come from the city and she was going to start a school in the village Indora. 2. Who went from house to house asking the village people to send the children to school? Answer. The teacher who had come from the city went house to house to ask people to send their children to school. 3. When does Totaram feel relieved? Answer. Totaram felt relieved when he heard his father saying that he needs his son in the fields. Number 4. What made Totaram feel interested in going to the school? Answer. When Totaram peeped through the holes, his friend Bala was also in the class, who was more interested into learning than paying attention to Totaram. This made Totaram think that learning would surely be better than staying home and looking after the cows else, Bala would not like it so much. Number 5. What happened to his mother when Totaram returned from school? Answer. One day, when Totaram returned home from school, he found his mother turning a letter over and over in her hand. The man who read and wrote all the letters for the people of Indora village was away, so Totaram's mother sat looking at her letter. Number 6. What made the moneylender slunk away? Answer. When Totaram read the agreement paper and told his father not accept the agreement, his father got angry, for he could see the look on the moneylender's face that Totaram's words were true. He was about to be cheated. This made the moneylender slunk away. Find their meanings. 1. Elementary, relating to the basic elements of an object. 2. Village crier, in the past a person who was employed to walk around the streets of a town shouting news, warnings, etc. 3. Strange, unusual or unexpected. 4. Startled, being surprised. 5. Scholar, a person who studies and has a lot of knowledge about a particular subject. Fill in the blanks with the correct words. 1. This is a story about a young boy, Totaram. 2. He secretly goes to the school. 3. The village crier beat the drum down all the roads of Indora. 4. Totaram was afraid of that strange place called school. 5. The other children were ahead of him. Even Bala could write his name. 6. The teacher was marking strange marks on the big blackboard with a small white stick. Match the following. Column A, column B. Bala, friend. Jaya, sister. Village crier, school. Take the right options. 1. One day, when his mother was busy, he dashed into the school. A. Crept. B. Against. C. Afraid. Answer A. Crept. 2. Bala could write his dash in big letters. A. Name. B. Village name. C. Address. Answer A. Name. 3. Totaram was dash that the others were so much wiser than he. A. Ashamed. B. Afraid. C. Happy. Answer ashamed. 4. Dash ran to show him how her brass plate shone in the sunlight after she had polished it with ash. A. Jaya. B. Totaram. C. Bala. Answer A. Jaya. Conceptual understanding. Tell your story. The theme of the story is the importance of education in everyone's life. Work in pairs and discuss the importance of education in our life. Discuss how to educate parents of children living in the villages. Communication, writing skills. Totaram has been able to read and write. However, when he first heard of the school, he was afraid. There are Totaram's thoughts. I want to know what it is all about. I am relieved as I will go in the fields. Now write down the lines to motivate Totaram to go to school in the given space below. One has been done for you. 1. You will be able to write your name if you go to school. Reading skills. Read the sentences from the text and answer the following questions. 1. You have become a great sorrow to us. A. Who has become a great sorrow and why? B. Who is the speaker? C. Did the speaker inform his father about the same? 2. For years, the letter writer has written and read many letters for me. A. Why there was a need for a letter writer? B. Who read the letter? C. What was written in the letter? Listening and speaking skills. Listen to the passage below. Your teacher will read out the passage for you. Work in pairs and discuss the below questions. Education is a fundamental right of human beings and essential for the exercise of all other human rights. It promotes individual freedom and empowerment. However, millions of adults and children are deprived of educational opportunities. 1. Discuss a few ways in how will you help these education-deprived children to attain empowerment. 2. What would you do to help them beyond your limits? Let's learn spellings. Listen and learn the spelling of these words. Notice how the sound changes. Replied, scholar, interfere, moneylender, pleased, fields, heard, slept, teacher, strange, education, understand, realized, grown up, ahead, disobey, branches, wiser. Find out the nouns, adjectives, verbs and sort them down in the columns below. Nouns, adjectives, verbs. Answer: nouns. Scholar, moneylender, fields, teacher, education, branches. Adjectives: pleased, strange, grown up, ahead, disobey, wiser. Verbs: replied, interfere, heard, slept, understand, realized. Let's learn grammar. An abstract noun is a noun or a noun phrase that names an idea, event, quality or concept. For example, courage, freedom or progress. Abstract nouns can be formed from verbs and adjectives. Read the verbs below and change them to abstract nouns. 1. To obey. 2. To excite. 3. To die. 4. To endure. 5. To judge. 6. To retire. Answer: 1. Obedience. 2. Excitement. 3. Dying. 4. Endurance. 5. Judgment. 6. Retirement. Read the below adjectives and change them to abstract nouns. 1. Dark. 2. Noble. 3. Eager. 4. Vain. 5. Proud. 6. Truth. Answer: 1. Darkness. 2. Nobility. 3. Eagerness. 4. Vanity. 5. Proudness. 6. Truthfulness. Vocabulary time. A. The words bring, get, take and fetch have more or less the same meaning, but they cannot be always used interchangeably. A. Bring and get involved in the movement towards the speaker. 1. Please bring me a glass of water. 2. Can you get me something to eat from the fridge? B. Take involves a movement away from the speaker. 1. Please take this away from me. 2. Here, take this plate. Fetch involves movement both away from and towards the speaker. The people of that town walk for miles to fetch a pot of water. B. Fill in the blanks with bring, get, take or fetch. 1. Children, don't forget to bring your workbook with you. 2. Why don't you take your brother alone? He wants to play in the park too. 3. If you don't like this shirt, bring back and I will exchange it for another shirt. 4. Go and fetch your raincoat. It is starting to pour. 5. William's mother is ill. He has gone to fetch a doctor. 6. Please get my pen. It writes smoothly. Life skills, self-awareness building. How do you and your friend keep the school clean?